Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
The votes are in, and Michigan State University's Board of Trustees will finally turn over university documents regarding the Larry Nassar case. And that is where we start here at this noon. I'm Kim DeGiulio.
And I'm Rhonda Walker. The decision was made this morning during the Board of Trustees meeting that is still going on right now.
Let's get out to Megan Woods, who is live now from East Lansing, with what this decision means. Hi, Megan.
Hi, Kim, Rhonda. So this means that important internal documents from not just the Larry Nassar case, but also the deadly campus shooting here at MSU back in February, as well as the situation with Mel Tucker, will all be handed over to the Attorney General. And we know this has been long awaited. When we talk about the Larry Nassar case and those documents, this is something the Attorney General's office asked for back in 2018. That's when former Attorney General Bill Schuette was in office, and this morning he released a statement mentioning that this is, quote, an important step forward towards an open and transparent review of the actions within MSU. The current AG, Dana Nessel, also released a statement saying students, victims, have been owed this transparency. And as we mentioned earlier, this Board of Trustees meeting is still going on, so we haven't been able to talk to the board as well as the interim president quite yet directly, but we hope to very soon. Reporting live in East Lansing, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
All right, Megan, thank you. Another breaking news alert coming out of MSU this noon as the university is the Board of Trustees also has approved settlements with the 3 families that lost loved ones in the MSU campus shooting. The board has approved settlements with the families of Brian Frazier, Ariel Anderson, and Alexandria Verner. The family of Alexandria Verner and MSU have come to a $5 million settlement. As of now, the details of the other 2 have not been announced.
A driver is recovering in the hospital and also under arrest after being shot by Sterling Heights police. It happened after a traffic stop and a short chase last night. It was late last night. Police say after stopping in the area of Carbon Drive and 15 Mile Road, the driver sped off but got blocked in by a dead end in a nearby subdivision. So at that point, the driver reportedly tried to run over police while trying to escape. One officer opened fire, hitting the driver several times. We're learning more about the job cuts General Motors is making as part of its month-long plan to restructure.
The 1,300 layoffs are not new, but we do know that 945 of those layoffs will happen at the Orion Assembly Subsystems plant in Orion Township. The others are at the Lansing Stamping plant. The cuts will begin January 15th, according to a warn notice filed with the state. GM will offer impacted employees jobs elsewhere in the company. At the same time, GM's self-driving taxi unit called Cruise is laying off 900 employees, or 24% of its 3,800-person workforce. Its fleet of so-called robo-taxis was grounded in October after an accident in San Francisco in which a pedestrian was dragged 20 feet by a Cruise vehicle after being hit by another vehicle. Turning our attention now to the Middle East as the civilian death toll grows and the situation in Gaza becomes more dire. The White House is sending top officials into Israel.
NBC's Drew Pechamo is following the new developments.
The split between the U.S. and Israel appears to be growing more profound as U.S. officials push Israel to limit harm to civilians, and Israel says international pressure will not stop its war against Hamas. As the civilian death toll in Gaza continues to mount, top U.S. officials, including the defense secretary and chairman of the Joint Chiefs, will join National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan in Israel. The visit comes as President Biden steps up public calls for Israel to change its war tactics.
I want them to be focused on how to save civilian lives, not stop going after Hamas, but be more careful.
Sources tell NBC News the Biden administration is urging the Israelis to end the large-scale ground campaign in Gaza and move to a more targeted phase against Hamas. The push comes as the humanitarian crisis in Gaza gets worse every day.
The United States literally is leading the international effort to get food, water, medicine, and fuel into the people of Gaza. And we know that as winter comes, that's going to be even more important.
So far, Israeli leaders are pledging to push forward with the offensive aimed at removing Hamas from power.
It is not easy to destroy them. It will take and require a long period of time. It will last more than several months.
Inside Tel Aviv, family members of hostages being held by Hamas light the menorah on a somber last night of Hanukkah.
I still hope and believe that they will come home.
The Biden administration wants to funnel more U.S. aid to Israel, but that's caught up in Congress amid a fight over border security and support for Ukraine. In Congress, Republicans are demanding drastic changes to immigration policy before agreeing to a package that provides funds for Israel and Ukraine. Senate negotiators are working frantically to come up with a compromise before the end of the year. Drew Petromo, NBC News, Washington.
All right, Drew, thank you. Homeowners are getting a break as mortgage rates continue to fall. The average rate on a 30-year fixed loan is now down to 6.9%, according to Freddie Mac. It's the 7th straight week that rates have declined, and it's the lowest level since early August. And earlier this week, the Fed indicated it plans a series of 3 interest rate cuts next year. Real estate analysts say that could bring mortgage rates even closer to 6%. Just keep going down.
Yes, that'd be great.
Yeah. The city of Dearborn is announcing that it has secured nearly $25 million in grants to transform Warren Avenue and make traffic safety improvements. The funding would make Warren Avenue safer for both drivers and pedestrians.
This is certainly needed in that area. The goal is to reduce speeds and stop cars from weaving through traffic. They're also adding walkways and bike paths along the road. And today, Detroit Fire Department held a graduation ceremony for its largest class of cadets this year. It's also the fire department's largest dual enrolled class, as the ceremony honors 90 graduates for completing training to be certified in both fire and EMS. The graduates will complete 1 year as a probationary firefighters equipped with the necessary skills to serve Detroit residents.
Excellent. Congratulations.
I know. It's really cool that they can do both, too, because that's like a new thing.
Yeah.
It's needed.
It certainly is. And so is sunshine and warm weather in December. We know
we've got it.
It's a short-lived thing. We're enjoying every minute of it.
Served it up.
Yes.
Bring you a nice little boat here on the Detroit River, blue skies. Can we ask for much more at this noon hour on a Friday on top of it? So yeah, absolutely gorgeous out there. Detroit, the city, reporting 51 degrees. Howell already at 50, same with Pontiac, 49 in Adrian. We have west-southwesterly winds around 10 miles per hour, upward of that in Pontiac, closer to about 13. So a little breezy, but it's a warm breeze out there. And look at the clear skies. The sky conditions sunny across the board. We'll zoom out because I want to show you how we are warmer than some folks to the south. I love when we're able to do this. 49 degrees here in Detroit. In Oklahoma City, 47, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 42, and portions of northern Texas, not even as warm as we are right here in Detroit. So we'll take that for sure. As we look at the rest of your afternoon, we'll likely top out probably closer to about 52, so maybe only a couple degrees warmer as those clouds will be mixing in throughout the afternoon hours. But we'll soak up the sun while we can because the clouds win out tomorrow and then rain showers roll in on Sunday. We'll give you an hour-by-hour look at all of it in a few minutes. But, of course, you can track the rain as well on radar with our Forewarned Weather app right in the palm of your hand. If you haven't done so, please download it today.